Welcome to the Money Mentors Podcast.
Each week, Gary, we like to share some important lessons here, whether it's about family or finances too. And I thought we'd start with something pretty topical here because Wall Street's been in a pretty good mood leading up to the holidays, thanks to some of the latest hints from the Federal Reserve. Now, Chief Jerome Powell indicates that interest rates may stay where they are for a while, but he also notes,
we know that ongoing progress toward our 2% goal is not assured. Inflation has given us a few head fakes along the way. If it becomes appropriate to tighten policy further, we will not hesitate to do so.
And I know we've talked a lot about the pros and cons of these higher rates this year, but what are some of the best opportunities that you see right now for retirement savers, especially if we're going to be kind of here at this level for a bit?
It's really about getting returns without as much risk. You know, we looked at it for so long that we had to be in the market, the stock market. That's where the returns were going to be. And now we have so many other types of investments that we can get 4, 5, 10 double-digit returns on and actually have the downside protection. So it's really about looking at the tools to diversify your portfolio, not just from an asset point of view, which is nice, but also from investment strategies. Investment strategies like buy and hold. Grandma bought AT&T stock and every year paid a dividend, and she just rolled that in there till they got to retirement, and now they had enough stock dividends that could help supplement their Social Security, that type of thing. That's buy and hold. But there's other strategies that work very, very well, like tactical investing, dividend up investing. So it's really understanding the types of strategies out there and using them each and every time for your benefit. And that's what we do here at Matson Financial Services. It's about your portfolio or where you're trying to get to and taking advantage every step of the way going through that retirement process.
And you can learn more about our investment philosophy, too, right there on the website at matsonfinancial.com. Take a few minutes this weekend, a great starting point for a conversation with your money mentors about how you're currently invested, where are the best opportunities. Starts by getting your personalized risk score. You can click on that green box right there on the homepage, Get My Score Now, when you visit us online at matsonfinancial.com. And it's interesting, Gary, we meet a lot of our listeners for the first time after they've spent decades saving and investing for retirement on their own. And that kind of makes our next headline even more interesting this weekend. Wealthy investors right now are relying on financial advisors more than ever. In fact, a new study finds a big jump in the number of people who are turning to financial advisors in the past year. It's now 43% of those wealthier investors compared to just 36% last year. And these are folks, they're surveyed here with more than 100,000 in investable assets. But why do you think so many more people are seeking out that help, especially this year?
Well, I think it's because there is so much information out there, and then it comes down to the question, what pertains to me? Does this pertain to me? Can something I use? How do I use it? How do I put it together? And we find out that when you have information that you know the answers, the test becomes very, very easy.
Right.
And so we've been doing this for almost 35 years for individuals here in West Michigan. And so we've been through this. You know, we've been in the 80s. We've seen the 90s. We've seen, the markets run up. We've seen the markets go down. We know what happens when the market goes negative and all you have is stocks and bonds, that you're going to run out of money. And our goal is, again, as we say so many times on this show, our goal is to make sure you have the monthly income day in and day out, week in, week out, year in, year out, that you don't have to worry about markets movements to make sure you have a reliable income in retirement. Because income in retirement is the story. It's not about how much you got, it's how much income you can have that you get to keep, including taxes. In fact, we had a client recently that in Florida said, we've had a lot of opportunities to go see different advisors down here. And every time we go, we listen to what they say, but they're only telling part of the story. And Gary said that we're so thankful that you've told us the whole story. We have the maximum amount of income, paying the least amount of taxes, and we're living a lifestyle we never thought we would have. And you're ready for this? They're both CPAs.
Oh, wow.
They do this for a living. But when it comes to their own, like they say about the shoemaker, right? His kids don't wear any shoes because he's taking care of everybody else's. Well, that's not the way it is here. We're going to make sure everybody's wearing the shoes that fit them to get them where they need to go.
And I think people find that refreshingly different sometimes, Gary, because again, you might have had an advisor all these years, and you might have been working with, one of those online brokers or something like that, and you did really, really well. But sometimes it's just the little things that you don't see that can add big time to that retirement income piece.
Oh, yeah. We had a clients that were professors over in the green and white area. We'll call that Lansing. And they were very, very concerned because they decided that they didn't need the money, which was true because they had great pensions, great Social Security numbers, had a little bit of rental income coming in. And so they did the best thing they thought, and that was take the money out of the retirement program, pay the taxes on it, and stuff it in CDs. Now, we're kind of back in that area now where we're seeing CD rates of 5, 6, 7%, close to that, and that's exactly what they did. Now, when I met them about 5 years after they did this, we looked at it and said, you're now paying just over $6,000 a year in taxes that you otherwise wouldn't have paid because every time the interest comes into your account, that counts as income to you. You're not using it, but you're paying taxes on it. So in essence, the government's getting the first bite of the apple of everything you make, even though you're not using it.
Yeah.
And we showed them, they said, well, what else is there? I said, well, we can defer taxes. Remember the 3 tax buckets, taxable, tax-free, and defer. So we reposition the assets, put them in deferred status so it's growing and they're not being taxed on it till they use it, saved them just over $6,000 a year in taxes.
That's huge. That's a couple of great little trips and fun things.
A nice new car every year. I mean, payments that easy.
Want weekly lessons from your money mentors? Yes. Hit the subscribe button now and listen every weekend on Wood Radio.
The opinions expressed in this program are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security. To determine which investments may be appropriate for you, consult your financial advisor prior to investing. Any past performance discussed during this program is no guarantee of future results. Fee-based financial planning and investment services are offered by Matson Financial Services, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance products and services offered through Lakeview Financial Group, LLC, Matson Financial Services, LLC, and Lakeview Financial Group are affiliated. To find out if Matson Financial Services is licensed in your state, please call 800-536-8907.